All right, here live with the man, Kenny Porter.
Yes.
Father and head trainer of son, Sean Porter.
Yes.
Welterweight, soon-to-be champion, I assume.
Absolutely.
So can you kind of just give us a rundown? I'm sure everybody's probably already asking you this, but kind of give us a rundown of some of the roadblocks that you guys are encountering in terms of trying to get a fight with Keith Thurman.
You know what? The only roadblock that we're encountering that I know of right now is just that he has not signed a deal. There's no particulars. There hasn't been anything brought to my attention that we need to work out on our end. As far as the date, we'll do it anytime they're ready. As far as the place, doesn't matter where they want us to fight at. We can do that. We're in shape to go in 6 weeks. You know, we can fight in 4 weeks. Kids within, I think, 13 pounds of his fight weight right now, and we're not, working that hard to maintain that. He's just kind of cruising along here. So we don't have any roadblocks on our behalf. We'll do anything we need to do to make this fight happen. You know what I mean?
Now, in your opinion, what could his hesitate? What could that be about? Like, why do you think he's hesitating?
You know what? I would just say, he does not want to take on this type of fight at this point. Maybe he's waiting on it to get bigger. I don't know, but when you see a guy like Sean, and you've been in the ring with a guy like Sean, which Keith has in sparring sessions, you have to really say to yourself, do I really want to get in there with a pit bull like that? It's nonstop for 12 rounds. He knows that. He knows that, and most guys in the weight class know that. You know what I mean? Kell Brook knew that, so he came in and held us 81 times in the first 7 rounds to, shut that down. And I don't know what boxing match they allowed that in, but they allowed it that night.
I was there that night.
They allowed it that night, and it comes to a point where it's no longer fighting, it's fouling. So kid left the fight unscathed. He wasn't busted up, wasn't hurt or anything like that, because he hardly took any solid punches to the face. But the point I'm making here is either you're going to have to hold, run, or fight. So take your pick, and these guys don't want to put themselves in that position with him.
Now, I talked to Sean earlier, and back a few months back, Garcia-Malignaggi fight, I know you guys went there with some intent to try and get the ball rolling, try and negotiate a fight between you guys.
We wanted to say, hey, Daniel, let's make this happen, but he don't want no smoke. No, he don't want anything to do with Sean Porter.
Did he say that?
No, we can tell by a person's movements, their personality, the things they're saying. Danny came out in a video and he said, Sean Porter would be an excellent fight for me. I don't know if that was the exact word, but he said that
his
Sean
style
was built for him, and he would easily beat him. And I said, wow. That means to me he's giving us an opportunity. He wants to fight us. Let's go to New York, Sean, and ask for that fight. So we get to New York, and then all of a sudden, we never heard anything else from that situation. So, I can understand that situation, because when Danny was in the amateurs and when Sean's in the amateurs, and Danny's 132 pounds, Sean is a 165-pound man. And they know, wow, that dude was able to change his body and come down 147 pounds. But he's still as fast, he's still as quick, he's still strong. I don't want that fight. I don't want to be in a situation like that. They don't want to be in that situation. They don't want to have to deal with that. So, Danny's not interested in that fight. Keith, on the other hand, I believe he's going to take it. We just got to, do what we got to do to get that done.
And now, it's like you said before, you're willing to go other places to fight these guys. You're willing to fight on these guys' terms. You went down 3 pounds to fight Broner. And that stuff's admirable, and that's what the fans want to see. And that's why Sean and you get so much respect in the sport. But does it get frustrating for you at times when these people just won't take the fights?
I'm not frustrated, but I keep hearing the same thing, from the reporters. Are you frustrated? I'm not frustrated, but it's just what I call with Sean the fight before the fight. So these, we're fighting right now to get the fight, So, we're just working our way through this to get to this fight. But I'm not frustrated, but we really do want to make this fight with Keith Thurman. We're waiting on them to give us a date, time, and a place. It has absolutely nothing to do with us. We are ready to go.
So, now, granted, you guys are going to fight Keith Thurman. If you guys are victorious, what would be a logical next step for you guys? Do you want to avenge that belt from Kell Brook, or?
You know what? Kell Brook don't have an interest in fighting us. I know he don't have an interest in fighting us because immediately after the fight was over, they dropped us out of the top 25. and they fought guys that are much lesser name, but those guys happen to actually be involved with some people we're involved with, so they could, give us a call and make that fight, but they don't have an interest in fighting us. He's looking to maybe get Amir Khan or somebody like that, but he fought 3 lesser name guys this year. There's no interest in fighting us. We're not going to chase the guy around. There's going to have to be a cutoff date here with Keith Thurman pretty soon, because Sean's been out of the ring over 6 months. So I would think a guy like a Danny Garcia, but we ain't gonna chase him. But beating a Keith Thurman gives us the luxury of being able to say, hey, we're the champion, come and see us. I would love to see maybe Amir Khan, beating a Keith Thurman again gives us the luxury to say, we're the champion, come and see us. So, that's it. First and foremost, 1-1,000 is Keith Thurman.
How do you see a fight between you and Khan playing out? What do you think will happen?
We're going for the knockout. We're going for the stoppage. We can box, he can box, but we're going to get to him, and if he gives us that opportunity, we're going to get to him, we're going to break him down. So, yeah, it's going to be a rough night for him. There ain't going to be no easy night for nobody that gets in the ring with Sean. Either you're going to have to hold, run, or fight. Take your pick. But one of those 3 going to have to happen.
Do you see Sean eventually moving up in weight to 54 maybe?
You know what? He's not having any problem to make 47. He actually made 44, or was it 44?
Yeah, 44.
He made 44 easier than he's ever made 47 because it just took him to another level in his mentality of preparation.
Yeah, we couldn't tell in that fight. I mean, he looked great.
It just took him to another level. Moving to 54 is not unreasonable if the right fight is there. If you giving us a Miguel Cotto or a Canelo Alvarez, we would definitely consider that. We would definitely consider that. And see, that's a big difference right now. It's a huge difference right now between Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, Amir Khan, Keith Thurman. Canelo can call us and we will take that fight right now. Cotto can call us and we would take that fight right now. And that's a big part of the reason those guys don't want to fight a guy like Sean Porter.
Right, and then finally...
Because we will take that fight right now. I have absolutely no problem with either one of those guys making the phone call. We will take that fight.
At the full weight limit of 154?
At the full weight limit at 154 pounds. Get it done. Absolutely. And that in so many ways answers your question why those guys are not interested in fighting Sean. Because they know we can do that.
Because of that mentality right there.
They know we can do that. They know we can do that. He can make 54 this week. 54 this week is not a problem. I can see you 7 days from today at 54. It's probably 59, 59, 60 right now.
So last question, man. A lot of people want to talk to you. Big PBC card coming up, I guess, before you guys and Keith Rumble is Garcia and Guerrero.
Yeah.
Can you give a prediction of how you think that one's going to go?
I see Danny coming out on top of that, but I'm a Robert Guerrero fan, and I see it being a tough fight for Danny. But I see him coming out on top.
You think it's going to be stoppage, distance?
No, it'll go to distance. No stoppage, it'll go to distance.
Can Guerrero give him any problems in the ring?
Guerrero's going to give him lots of problems. He's going to give him lots of problems. It's going to be a tough fight for Danny, but I see him coming out on top.
What do you think Guerrero's going to do that's going to make it a tough fight for Danny?
You know what? I think Guerrero fights with a lot of fire and desire. His upbringing, his dad in his corner, fighting for his family, his wife going through that fight that she went through with her illnesses.
So more mental.
So he's coming in there with a serious chip on his block, on his shoulder, and he's going to bring all of that to the fight. So that is, he's fighting with a lot of desire.
All right, there you have it, Coach Kenny Porter. Thank you for your time, man. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, man.